you all doing? Summer has returned. It is a glorious day today. Is it going to show? No, my camera doesn't like showing the blue. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm just out in the arena at the moment, clearing a bit of a space. So it's Wednesday. I don't have a vlog ready. It's gone past midday. This is not good. However, I have a great plan for a vlog. It's been on my list of things, like vlog ideas for a while now. I've just needed an extra pair of hands. But since Billy has turned up and his owner Lolly comes to ride, she will be the perfect person to help me with this. And that is to kind of have like a lunge lesson. So I want to be lunged on corporal and see, how effective, how good my seat is, or not so good. Take away my reins, take away my stirrups, and really, make me sit up tall, make me use my core, make my legs stretch down. I'm very interested to see. I feel like it's quite an old-fashioned training, like horse riding training. You don't really hear that much of lunge lessons nowadays. Certainly some of my maybe older generation clients will always say to me, oh, not like the old days when they used to make you have these lunge lessons every week to strengthen your core and teach you to sit up tall and all that. But it's true, it's a really good training exercise. I'm obviously going to do it with Mr. Coop. I'm really intrigued. I've definitely never done anything like this before. I have lunged people before and taken away their reins and stirrups, but I've definitely not had it done to me. So I'm very intrigued. Hopefully Corporal will be well behaved. I'm sure he will be. So we're going to go for a hack all together first, and then when I get back, I'm going to get her to do that. So I don't know what to expect. I'm really worried I'm going to suddenly be really weak or wobbling, but fingers crossed I don't. Let's see what I feel or how it really benefits me. So here we go. Lolly and I are by no means BHS standard when it comes to this lunge lesson, but Mr. Coop is a superstar. He's 23. It was very hot that day. He'd already been for a hill hack as well, so we kept this lunge lesson to a minimal because I just didn't want him to be overcooked in this weather, and he doesn't need to be doing it. We did start off with my reins just to double check that Corporal was happy because he's never done this before, and then we took the reins away. Make sure if you ever do this, you leave yourself with a neck strap just in case. I mean, Mr. Corporal is an absolute superstar for doing this on because he's so sensible. We could have put side reins on him, and I guess from a riding feel, it may have been nicer to have felt him a little more up together and a little more rounded over his back, but I never lunge him with anything on, so I wasn't about to start doing that today. But if there was, if I was going for a proper lesson that I was paying for, it would be nice to ride a horse that was a little more up together and a little more rounded. Like I say, we started with stirrups in first. The great thing about a lunge lesson is it is a brilliant way to improve your seat, your core strength and your balance. And because you cut out your hands, you feel so much more. It helps you create a more independent seat, a more effective seat. It makes your lower legs so much stronger. You sit up so much taller. I would say to get the maximum impact, you need to take away the stirrups. We were just testing it step by step to see how Coop would cope, but taking away the stirrups was the most helpful thing. Here you can see a bit of a fail. Popped into canter. My first thought was to grab the rein, which is slightly embarrassing because it's not like Corporal launched into canter or anything like that. But it really, I have to say, it was the most wonderful feeling. Sort of trotting and cantering around with no reins and just feeling the balance and the rhythm of Coop was really lovely. Now, my sitting trot, I'm utterly embarrassed by. I look like a jelly baby sat up there wobbling around. I thought my sitting trot was all right. Turns out it's not that great, and I need to work on it for sure. I did find the things I really didn't like with my riding, I tended to look down still. I think it was like a security thing. I kept looking down, which really annoyed me. I at times was gripping with my knee. Shouldn't do that. And definitely at times looked a little unbalanced in the saddle. So need to be stronger in my core, need to keep my chin up, look up, little straighter with the back. I should have rolled my shoulders back. If you look at my back, my neck is slightly tilted forwards and I just should have sat up a lot straighter in the back. I should have kept my chin up, rolled my shoulders back so they were behind me, and I think it would have looked so much better. I mean, it's not the most flattering of riding, let's be honest, but it really was a lovely feeling, and there were times when it felt really harmonious, and I could have sat there all day, especially in the canter, and it just felt wonderful. And just feeling Corp through the saddle and being just totally focused on that, even though he got a little confused at times and was wondering why I wasn't telling him what to do. I've just popped on to end the vlog. It should be a short one today, and we really didn't want to do too much lunging with Coot because he'd already trotted up the hill down the road twice, and had a good ride, so he really didn't need to be doing this extra work. Plus it was blinking hot, wasn't it, this afternoon? But anyway, he was so good. He was so well behaved. I knew he'd be all right. He's such a legend of a horse. Do you know what I'd love to do now though? I'd love to do the same thing but on a Grand Prix dressage horse, one that was very good to the voice aids, because imagine doing piaffe and passage without reins and stirrups. I mean, that would give you good core strength and a great seat. Yeah, there's a bit more I'd like to have done next time. Like I say, if it wasn't too hot, I'd like to have done some walked canters and maybe done a few more exercises on top and things like that. I don't think it really pushed me much. Saying that, watching it back, as I have done because I've already started editing it, slightly embarrassing. I mean, it's nothing flattering about jiggling around up there. I mean, I do look like a jelly baby up there. I don't think my seat was too bad, but my upper body just looked quite wobbly. I mean, probably from all the sweets I eat, but I can't believe I'm putting this on the internet, but never mind. Won't think too much about it, just put it up there. It was good though. It was good and it was fun. There was something very freeing about it. It was really good fun. And like I said, I'm just very lucky that I've got a Mr. Coop in my life that I can do that kind of thing on. And I would recommend it to anyone. If you've got a safe horse or a steady Eddie, give it a go because it is fun and it does make you really drop your leg down, and it does make you sit up straighter. I was still sat up straight. It was this part of my kind of neck that I felt like I was just slightly always tilting forward a bit, whereas I think if I'd rolled my shoulders back and kept my chin up, that would have just put the picture would have looked so much better then. But hey, you do these things to learn. So next time. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Something a bit different, and see you guys on Sunday.